Hi, welcome to Inez's Happy Kitchen. I'm your chef for today, Inez. Thank you for spending part of your day with us. I hope you enjoy the viewing and are able to learn something from it. Today we're going to make Kha Gai. It's a Thai coconut curry soup made with chicken. The best part of it is I'm going to show you how to make the shortcut version of it. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. Follow me. So for today's Thai coconut curry dish, I have all my ingredients set up right here. In the restaurant business, we call this mise en place. Today we are going to use vegetable oil, grated ginger, lemongrass, curry paste, mushrooms, chicken stock, fish sauce, light brown sugar, coconut milk, fresh lime, salt to taste, chopped cilantro, and for the rice we're going to use butter, onion, garlic, rice, chicken stock, coconut milk, lime juice, and again salt to taste. So mise en place means everything's in place. So as you can see, I already have everything in place right here. I have my shredded chicken, my rice with my measuring cup, my baby bellas already sliced, my diced onions, my brown sugar, my cilantro already cut and picked. Now for my shortcut version, because I told you this was going to be a shortcut version, I went ahead and got garlic in paste, lemongrass in paste, and ginger in paste. This is going to save you a lot of time in the kitchen, and it's going to make things very fast, and you're going to be able to make this in less than 30 minutes. I also have 5 cans of coconut milk, a stick of butter, we're not going to use the whole thing, and Thai chili curry paste right here. We have some vegetable oil, three, these are quarts of chicken stock. We have some limes that we're going to cut and use later for both the soup and the rice. And then we have the lime squeezer. We also have a measuring cup to measure out the chicken stock. So we're going to go ahead and get started on the rice first, because rice always takes the longest, and the soup really doesn't take that long because we're going to do the shortcut version like I said. So we're going to use a small stock pot for today. We're only going to do about a cup of rice because I'm only going to eat for myself today, even though I'm going to make a large version of the soup because I'm going to take it to my family later and they're going to enjoy it. So I'm going to go ahead and get about, 2 tablespoons of butter. Let's go ahead and drop it off right here in this pot. I'm going to go ahead and turn the flame on. Let's see if it works with me today. Yep, there it goes. It's happy. It's happy like me in Inez's Happy Kitchen. And I'll get a little non-stick spatula out, and I'll let this work for a little bit. Okay. While this is going, I'm going to go ahead and grab my onions and my garlic. Now all these ingredients is for the coconut lime rice. It goes perfectly with this soup. In most places they don't serve this rice, but my family likes the combination together. So as you can see now, the butter has melted nicely, and I'm going to add about half of these onions. So I would say this is about a quarter onion I'm adding in, because I like a lot of onions. I don't know about you. You could add as much or as little as you'd like, depending on your taste. And we're going to go ahead and let these onions saute for a little bit, just until translucent. Alright, as this is working, I'm going to go ahead and grab a paper towel and clean up a little bit. So we're going to put the onions back and get rid of this can. Let's go ahead and put this butter away. We'll put it all the way later and get this garlic out of the way. We're also going to cut a few limes for, let's see, we'll save this one for later. This one's pretty. Let's say about maybe 3 to 4 limes for, actually, this is a small pot of rice. We're going to do about 2 limes. Oh, let's use this knife. Ooh, this is nice and juicy. Alright. And I'll take them over in my measuring cup to save less dishes for me to clean up later.
And let's use this paper towel. For easy cleanup later. And I'm gonna go ahead and add the lime juice in now. Now some recipes call for it later, but I like to do it now. That way the lime juice infuses the rice grains as they're cooking, and you get more of that lime flavor. It's really good, and I really like to get all that lime juice in, so I'll turn it over twice. And you can see that I'll get even more juice out. So there's one. There's two. I'll do it again. Oh, I already smell like coconut and lime working together with the onions and garlic. It smells so good. There's three. Oh, that's juicy. And four. And just for fun, let's go ahead and stack them all. Well, let's stack at least three. And you can see how much juice is left in all these limes. Now we could get rid of them. Go ahead and put this in here. We'll save that for later. You can see that the rice is still going. As soon as it starts bubbling up a little bit, we could probably turn the heat up just a tad. We're gonna cover the pot. We're gonna let it go. And it should be ready in about 20 minutes. But before we do that, let's go ahead and make sure that we salt our rice right now, to make sure that those grains are infused. So I'm gonna put about 3 nice big dashes of salt for my 1 cup of rice. And then later on we'll make sure we taste it again to make sure that it's nice and, tasting how we want it. And for now, the rice is done. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off and move it to the back. And let this continue working for about 20 minutes or so while we get our next pot ready. So now it's time for the Kha Gai, the Thai coconut curry soup. Let's go ahead and get started. Juice. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with, let's see, some vegetable oil. Here we go. I'm gonna use a nice medium-sized stock pot because I'm gonna use this for my family and making that for me and my family, even though I'm just gonna eat right now. Ooh, that was kind of hot. I forgot I was cooking on that earlier. But if you can't get burned once in a while, then I don't know what to tell you. Alright, so that's gonna get hot pretty quickly. Gonna go ahead and add my vegetable, this is a vegetable olive oil blend. That's what I like to use, but you could just use vegetable oil if you'd like. I'm gonna use a nice, I would say about 3 to 4 tablespoons of that. I'm gonna keep this out because I might have to add some more in later. Let me grab a little tiny mini spoon here. All right, and then I'm gonna grab what I'm gonna use first. So these 3 things is what I'm gonna use right away. So I have them with me first. So first I'm gonna add in some already stir and paste ginger. You can find this at any supermarket in the produce aisle. It costs anywhere between $3 and $4. This is gonna save you so much time, and you could get so much fresh ginger. They last about a week after you open them. So actually I'm gonna add more than that. Let's not lie to ourselves. I love ginger. So I'm gonna use about half of this too for this recipe because I'm making a lot of soup. I'm making this whole pot full of soup. So let's turn this down just a tad. I have it at about medium heat right now. And then some lemongrass. I'm going to use about 1/4 tube for this. And again, this is going to save you so much time and actually so much money, because after you grade an actual lemongrass stalk, you don't get too much out of it. So this is going to save you time and money at the end. So you're going to go ahead and toast this up. Oh, did something fly out? I think it did. We'll clean that up at the end. Alright. This is working in the oil, getting nice and hot. Oh, I could already smell that lemongrass and ginger. It smells so good. The rice is still working in the background. And as soon as this starts heating up, I'm going to go ahead and open my Thai curry paste. This is a Thai red curry paste. And I like my soup very, very curry-ish and red. So I'm going to add 3 big globs. So it's about 3 tablespoons. I might even go ahead and add a 4th. Yeah, let's say 4 for now. We'll see how this tastes later. I might have to add some more. Like I said, I'm not one on exact measurements. I kind of go on how things taste, and I really recommend you do the same thing. When you find a recipe, go ahead and play around with it. Do things how you like. So now this is all getting cooked together. And you can see it's starting to turn red. This is where the magic starts happening, right here. Okay, I'm going to leave all of these 3 ingredients out because I continue to sometimes use them throughout the rest of this cooking process. These are the magic ingredients. So I'm going to leave those right there. Now, the next thing I add in is the mushrooms. In most traditional Tom Kha Gais, they don't add this in until the end. The reason I add this in right now is because I like to infuse these baby balas with this mixture of ginger, curry paste, and lemongrass. So I'm going to add them in right now, and all of these mushrooms are going to have that nice, delicious flavor in them. I'm also going to do the same thing with the chicken after these mushrooms get cooked down. That's why I add so much extra flavoring. So I'm going to go ahead and stir these all around. This is when I gauge how much olive oil I have and decide whether or not I need some more olive oil. If it's looking a little dry, I might have to add some more. And let's see, it is looking just a tad dry, so I'm going to go ahead and make a little circle in the middle and add just about another tablespoon or so more of olive oil and give those mushrooms some time to cook down in that deliciousness. While that's cooking, I'm going to go ahead and take this over to the sink and grab my already shredded chicken. Now this is another shortcut I have. This is a roasted shredded chicken. I got this chicken from the supermarket, and so can you. All you gotta do is buy it and shred it yourself. So this is a big shortcut. Now these mushrooms look awesome already. I'm gonna go ahead and add my big pieces of shredded chicken with skin. Also untraditional, but my family likes the skin and so do I. These are really big pieces, but as this soup is cooking, they're gonna get smaller and smaller. So I start with big pieces so that way by the time the cooking process is over, they're small. And I'm gonna add this to the sink too. Clean spaces equals happy kitchens. All right, let's go ahead and mix this up. So good. So again, this is very untraditional, but I like it because all of these flavors melt into the chicken and the mushrooms, and I've never come across anybody that doesn't like my Tom Kha Gai. Go ahead and take a look at that. This is gonna go ahead and cook down just for a little bit. Just a tad. And at this point, I kind of judge the color, and because I made it before, I know what color I'm looking for. I'm gonna add just one more small spoon of red curry paste. Actually, one more half. A tiny bit of ginger, probably equal amount. And the same amount of lemongrass. Again, this is all to taste, to your taste, so you could add as much or as little as you want. That's why I really recommend these tubes, because that way you don't have to go out and cut all these ingredients and end up not using it. You just adding as much or as little as you would like. So go ahead and add all that in. Stir that up. You see, as I'm stirring, these pieces of chicken are breaking down as we speak. And this soup is going to be delicious. Okay. It smells so good. Okay, the next thing after the chicken is I'm going to add 4 cups of chicken stock. So let's go ahead and measure this out. Again, we're going to use a measuring cup to measure liquids. So this is a 2-cup measuring cup. There's 2 cups. One. And then another 2 cups. This is probably going to be a little short considering we use some for the rice. All right. And here's another one. And then after that, we're going to add our fish sauce. I already have my fish sauce prepared. Now this is about 2 tablespoons of fish sauce. You can go ahead and take a look at that. You can find this at any Asian market, or if you ever go to an Asian eatery, you could ask them for a side of fish sauce and they'll be happy to give it to you. That's another shortcut. I'm gonna add that fish sauce in right now. And I'm going to add my light brown sugar. Now this is also a time where your taste comes into preference. So I like a lot of brown sugar in my Kha Gai, but you might not like it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get a spoon. And I'm gonna add my light brown sugar in. Probably about, I'm gonna go ahead and add the whole cup. Call it a day. That looks about right. So you go ahead and decide if a half a cup's right for you, a cup, or maybe just a 1/4 cup. But go ahead and make sure you add that brown sugar because it's gonna offset that bitterness of the fish sauce, okay? And while this cooks, it's gonna take about 15 minutes to go ahead and cook. So we're gonna go ahead and take a break. Okay, so it's been about 15 minutes now, and I'm gonna go ahead and check on the Kha Gai. And everything is looking pretty good. Oh yeah, it's come together nicely. Then you go ahead and give it a nice stir. Smells so good. It's nice and hot. You can see all those flavors have married quite well together. And our rice has just about finished too. I'm gonna go ahead and take the lid off of that. And I'm gonna lower the heat. And actually, you know what? I'm going to take it completely off. Let's go ahead and put the lid. I'm going to actually put this lid in the sink. And I'm going to add our last ingredients to the coconut soup, which is the actual coconut milk. So I'm going to add 3 cans of coconut milk. Let's see if this one comes out any easier than the last one. I don't think so. Give it a nice squeeze. I can hear it coming. Oh, and plop, there it goes. There's 1. Here's 2. Oh. And I'm going to add 1 more. This is a light pan, so it's going to come out nice and silky. I always like to add 1 light. You don't have to. And now I'm going to add the lime. So while that's cooking, I'm just going to let that go ahead and cook. It's going to take only about 5 more minutes, and while that's cooking, I'm going to cut some lime and finish the rice. Let me go ahead and get a spoon and see how this rice is cooking. It's looking pretty good. I got a little bit of crispies at the end, but that's okay. Looking nice and coconutty. You can see the coconut. Just to taste though, I'm going to make sure that it tastes good too. So I'm going to get a fork. Before I add anything else to it, I'm going to just taste a few grains. Perfect. It's so good. It's so limey and so coconutty. So good. So now I'm going to add some cilantro to the rice. And just a little bit more. Put that back. And now I'm going to just fluff that in nice. You don't want to smash it in, you just want to kind of fluff it in. You could use a fork to do this, but because these are non-stick pans, I don't want to scratch them. So if you're also using a non-stick pan, be careful on what type of utensil you use. Yeah, normally you'd want to use a fork to fluff up your rice, but because these are non-stick, you don't want to scratch them. You'll ruin them. And it looks like I did burn my rice just a little bit, but that's okay. A little crunch with some coconut, that's good. That gives it some extra flavor. This is gonna be delicious. It smells so good. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and let that sit right there. And I'm going to stir this coconut milk, make sure that it's all stirred in. And I'm going to cut these last limes now over here. Let's see, I'm going to save 3 of those for later. Use 3 for now, so go ahead and follow me over here. I'm going to roll these out so I can get as much juice in my soup. 1, 2, oh, that one almost rolled away. And 3. Okay. Get my little guys. Over here to my soup. Now I'm going to add in my... This is the last part, guys. So we're almost at the end. I'm just adding the lime juice. And we're going to be done. Lime juice and some salt. There's 1. 2. 3. Wasn't this fun? It went by so fast. I hope you guys had as much fun as I did today. 3. 4. And the best part is, And you could take all the credit for it because it's pretty much from scratch. You just took a few shortcuts. Nothing wrong with taking a shortcut, right? They say work smarter, not harder. So that's what I did. And we're almost done. Okay, let's add a few of these guys together. Maximize lime juice time. Okay. See how much lime juice you get out when you put them together? That's a secret. That's a kitchen secret. Restaurant secret. Last one. All right, we're done with those. Put these off to the side. Now, last thing, let's get these out of the way because now we are done with them and I just want to get them out of the way so they won't drop anywhere. We're going to throw these off to the side. All we got to do is add some salt to taste. So I'm going to go ahead and get my kosher salt right here. I love to work with kosher salt. It's nice and grainy and big. It's the best tasting salt. And I'm going to add some salt to taste. Remember, we haven't salted this at all. So we're going to add about 5 big pinches of salt. 6 for good luck. And I'm going to go ahead and let that cook one last time. Let's keep it clean. Keep it classy. And now you can see that the color has changed. And we're getting that nice red milky color. It's going to be so good. I'm going to let that cook for about another 2 to 3 minutes before I taste it. And the salt absorbs and that coconut milk marries with the Thai curry paste and the garlic. I'm sorry, not the garlic, the ginger and the lemongrass and the brown sugar. And I'm talking so slow because my mouth is watering right now. I could already taste it. I'm so excited. All right, let me go ahead and get a spoon while this finishes off so I can taste it. Let me see, I need something with a piece of chicken, a mushroom. Huh. Come here, little chicken. All the chickens in the kitchen are mad at me because I'm making chicken soup today. That'll be alright. Alright, there we go. Ooh, it's gonna be hot. It's so good. It's so good, but it does need a little bit more salt. So this is a good reason why you have to always taste your food. You always want to taste your food. Excuse me. Before you give it to your guests. So I'm just adding a few more pinches of salt. Because remember, we never salted this. We want those flavors to come out. What salt does is it enhances all the flavors. So it doesn't make it salty, it enhances all the flavors that we already added. And we're just gonna let that continue to cook again. And always one for good luck, because that's just how I was taught. And folks, we are done. We have our coconut lime rice and our shortcut Kha Gai, or otherwise known as Thai coconut curry rice. My version, the shortcut version, to your favorite Thai Asian soup. All right, let's go ahead and clean up, and then you're going to join me at the table.
Thanks again for spending your time with me today. I hope you enjoyed our lesson of how to make Kha Gai, or Thai coconut curry soup, my version, the shortcut version. Right now I'm just adding a little bit of cilantro for some garnish and just to make it look a little extra pretty. Everything's done. I have my cilantro lined rice and my soup. Let's go ahead and try this together. Can't wait, it's so good. Nice and hot. It's so good. I hope you have a wonderful and blessed day. I'll see you soon. Bye.